Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Congratulations on submitting your Their Eyes Are Watching God Toolkit tasks. Hooray! And welcome to the last week before spring break. Whoa! Which admittedly would be more exciting if we were not quarantined, but break nonetheless. Let's get into what we're doing for today, Monday. Definitely deliberately chill because you just wrapped up an essay and or video. So let's keep it chill. Let's keep it chill for today. The rest of our time together will be focused on our action projects. So I have down here the sequence. We have essentially solidified our issues and goals. Our goals will go through maybe one more revision phase, but we're pretty much set there. So it's time to start researching and inquiring where exactly are these issues coming from? Who are the stakeholders and who are the decision makers that are involved in influencing the change that we want to have on these issues? This second step will set us up perfectly when we get back from spring break to begin planning and preparing. So the rest of our time while we're in session until spring break will be focused on inquiry and research, hence the titles of these folders. And I'm giving you the video for the entire week because it is kind of the same thing every day. Your priority for today, though, is to consider what groups you want to be in. Okay, so let's take a look at the group form. It's time. It's time to start making these big final decisions. Who exactly is it that you want to collaborate with, want to plan and prepare with, according to the Google form you filled out about specific issues and goals, and according to the roundtable discussions you had the week before we started the Their Eyes Are Watching God Toolkit task. Both of these, the Google form and the roundtables, were pushing us towards answering this question: whose goals align with ours, and how exactly can we begin to collaborate on accomplishing these goals? So this is a publicly editable doc. You have to be in your POSD email, but beyond that, this doc is editable by everyone. So please be careful. Please don't accidentally delete things or write things. Okay, so you are going to go into this table, write the specific issue that you and your group members are tackling, the specific goal, the SMART goal that you and your specific group members will be trying to achieve, and then who your group members are. So now is the time to start texting people from that you want to be working with, emailing people that you want to be working with. You have now until Tuesday, tomorrow, 11 p.m. to get this question answered. Who exactly do you want in your group? So I'm leaving it up to you to do that communication. I don't know what exactly you use. Maybe you'll instant message through Instagram, Snapchat, I don't know. Whatever avenue of communication you end up using, as long as you end up filling out this table with issue, goal, and your group, I'm happy. And you should be happy too. It is with a heavy heart that I say that given the circumstances, I have decided that it is okay if you want to do your group individually. I'll be deeply confused if you and another person or another group are doing the very similar things and you still want to work alone. But if you feel like your goal is very unique, as you determine in the Parlay issue roundtable, link there, or as you determine when looking at other people's responses in the Google form, then you may work alone. You may. I highly encourage that you work with another person, not only because I would help you complete it, but because it's a more authentic experience. Rarely do we do projects like these outside of secondary education alone. But if you feel like right now that's what you want to do, you have limited Wi-Fi communication with other people, then you may work by yourself. Okay? If you do, go ahead and just write solo here or something to let me know that you don't have any group members. Okay. So, or just your own name, I should say. All right, so we got that. That's really all you need to do for today. Sign up by, figure out your groups by Tuesday evening. If you want to continue on, let me tell you what you could do to continue on. And these folders, Research Day 2 and Research Day 3, essentially are just repeats of today, of Research Day 1. You and your group need to meet with me for 15 minutes about your action project. I want to make sure that I could advise you and counsel you as need be. And also, I haven't seen some of you in 3 weeks. I am offended. Just kidding. I am sad though. I do miss you. So go ahead and schedule a time with me to meet. I don't know if you've ever used When to Meet before. It's usually used for people to agree on a specific time to meet all together. We're not using it that way. We're using it instead to secure blocks of time for ourselves. Here's how you do it. So let's say I'm in real life, you would write the names of everybody in your group, but I'm going to pretend to be group 1. Okay. And let's say I want to secure a 15-minute time slot at noon on Wednesday. Well, then I'll click right here. That half green block means 15 minutes. This is 30, 45, an hour. And if you want to erase, you just click the green and highlight it away. Okay, that's all you need to do. You just need to click one of these. And then everybody else will be able to see over here that that time is occupied by group 1. It says available. I know. It does not matter. All I care about is what time you want to meet with me. So there should only be no green block should be overlapping ever. So let's say if I wanted to be available at 10, say 10 on Thursday, even though I do have a meeting, then boop, it would look like this. That means somebody screwed up. Somebody screwed up. Okay. It should all look the same color. It should all look just like this bold green. Like this, okay? And that's how you secure times. Oops, that's how you secure times. I need you to have that meeting with me by Friday at 4 p.m. At that point, we're going on break. I'm tired. So, and I'm sure you are too. So make sure you have that meeting with me and your group by that time. Okay? That'll be it for Monday. If you're extra ahead, many of you will begin this process on Wednesday. But if you're extra ahead, let's just pretend it's Wednesday now. Welcome, it's Wednesday. Okay, so you have a research, I closed you. We have a research and inquiry organizer for you to use, okay? Actually, I'm going to, in real life, I'll actually move this actual assignment down to Wednesday and move the page up to Monday when the time comes. But let's take a look at this specific assignment, okay? So you'll get a page similar to that. You'll open up this doc. And this is to organize your research and inquiry. This is not meant to be anything intense. This is not an iSearch Part 2 or anything like that. I would have liked to teach the skill of research and inquiry more solidly, but it's after racking my brain around it, there's no way that we could actually develop this skill with as much thoroughness as I would have liked since we are in online learning. So it's going to be relatively chill. Okay, if you don't know what research and inquiry is, or you would find definitions helpful, here they are. But here's all you're doing. You are copying and pasting your issue or rewriting it if you'd like. You are telling me who your group members are. You're telling me what your initial SMART goal was. So that's another copy paste from because you've written this before, you've written the goal. And then you are using the internet to figure out the origins of your issue, the stakeholders, and the decision makers, like I was talking about before. And I have specific questions to help define what I mean by these things. So what do I mean by issue origins? Where does the specific issue come from and why does it even exist? Let me just clarify something that I'm sure people will confuse. We are focusing on your specific issue here. So if your specific issue is that people are not educated on climate change, do not fill this box explaining why climate is changing. That's not your specific issue. Instead, you will explain why people are in need of education around that issue, because that's your issue. There's an education basis, not some sort of global international thing. Okay, so make sure you're talking about the origins of your specific issue, not the big, broad term / topic we've been using in weeks prior. Stakeholders is who's impacted, who's concerns, and decision makers are who is enfranchised or has the power to change what you want to change to help you. Who are those leaders? Okay, and after doing maybe filling out, answering these questions to their fullest, you will revise your SMART goal. What exactly is your SMART goal going to be now? There's no way it'll be the same since you've learned new things, ideally, after going through this process. So what is your new goal? Any sources that you use, you could go ahead and just copy paste the links. We're not talking about formatting or anything like that. Just put the links down there. If you are anecdotally, journalistically interviewing people, right? It could be your parents, your siblings, friends, people from different grade levels. You could write about that anecdotally here as well. I just want to know what your sources are in as broad a way as it's been presented to you. Okay, so you are in groups. This is an important clarification. That you are in groups. Each of you are going to submit this individually. You are going to submit your own research inquiry. Can you collaborate when completing this? Sure. Can you let each other copy paste off each other's organizers? If you give yourself that kind of permission and privilege, yes. But I'm not going to make collaboration mandatory, at least for this part of the action project. Part of it is an equity issue. I don't want people doing more work than they need to be doing if other people aren't pulling their weight. But also, everyone should be on the same page with research. They should be answering these questions for themselves, or at least digging into these answers individually, because this is the framework, this is the groundwork, I should say, for the rest of the project. Where does this issue come from? Who's impacted? And who can we contact? Who can we collaborate with outside of our sphere of influence to make sure we could get the change we want done? Okay, so you are submitting each your own organizer by Friday, 11 p.m. Oh boy, I think that's it. I think that's it for the entire week. So here are the resources I provide. You are more than welcome to use CNN, New York Times, Fox News articles. Of course, like in any case, you want to make sure you're acknowledging the bias that these articles might have. Same for Vox, same for ABC, right? But if you want to be more legit, you can use EBSCO login, right? So this is, we have EBSCO access, a database access, which is usually just used by freshmen for iSearch, but you are allowed to use it because you're a high school student here. So here is the username and password that you need to copy and paste here. Ooh, I gotta delete that. That's not part of the password. That was a little note that was made on the doc. Okay, so you'll copy paste that here, and then you get access to all the databases. I've linked Encyclopedia Britannica here, right? The more, essentially the most refutable online encyclopedia available. I've given a link to the Organization of Power in the Piedmont Unified School District. So who is on level with Superintendent Randall Booker? Who are these people? Where do assistant principals fit in? For those of you who are concerned with mental health, there's the psychologists are involved over here. Those of you concerned with diverse learning needs and tech, they're over here. So go ahead and comb through this and see if there are people, decision makers here that concern your issue. And one last quick graphic explaining, 5 quick questions to ask yourself when using an author as a source, an article, or a website. This is all just here to help you. It's not mandatory for your usage. All I really need, the only, deal breaker that needs to be adhered to is the completion of this organizer and the addition of sources at the bottom. And that'll be it for this week. This is your only focus for this week. And again, this will set us up perfectly when we get back from spring break to begin planning and preparing. If you have any questions, as always, there are Monday question, comments, and concerns forums and Wednesday and Friday question and concern forums available. You can meet me. Conferences are going to be a little tight, but you could bring up your questions when you have your scheduled meeting with me. You could text me over Remind. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy your last week before spring break.